Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of the second reproduction. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, that would mean the world to me, and at the end of this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below, because that lets me know that you want to see more. Alright, let's get into this. So, that's how it is. Princess. Don't worry, I'm not that shaken. In fact, I'm taking this really well. It's surprising even to me. Mother always said I was her favorite daughter, but even so, I couldn't help but feel that Mother would abandon me one day. Thank you for telling me all that, Lizette. Now I can finally carve a new path for myself. And of course, I'll be allowed to go with you, won't I? Of course. I can't imagine a life without you now. Haha, for a minute there, it sounded like you were proposing to me. Huh? Wait, what? I meant... I know what you really meant. I'm your beloved retainer, right? I adore you too, as my one and only princess. What was with that follow-up? I cursed him on the inside. My heart had plummeted to the ground as soon as he used the words retainer and princess. Princess? I felt unsatisfied, but I decided to keep it to myself. I can't believe you, Lizette! I'd been seriously starting to think it wasn't just my imagination anymore. You idiot, Lizette, you absolute! Grumbling on the inside, I shot a glare at Lizette as he gazed up at the evening sun. Noticing my glare, he suddenly turned towards me. His face held his usual smile, gentler than ever. What is it, princess? Nothing. His words made my heartbeat quicken, making me grunt a little and turn away. As the sun sank below the western horizon, the queen of the night finally claimed the sky. The sun and the moon seemed to be reflecting our own relationship, forever chasing each other, desiring each other, but fated never to meet in the middle. So tomorrow's a day off in the Demon Kingdom, huh? I should go to sleep. Alright, let's go. Okay, what should I do tonight? We're gonna ask someone out to play, of course. We're gonna ask Lizette. Where are we going? Let's see. We'll think about that while we walk. Haha, yes, my princess. Alright, we're going to the courtyard first. Are you alright, sir? Please, leave the rest to me and sit down for a while. Is he ill? We don't have the time for that. This is something only I can do. I'm the only one still opposing Almanon's racial cleansing. If everyone finds out I have Gerard fever, then my campaign's finished. Gerard fever? And now that I've finally made up my mind to come here, I still can't find that scientist who worked on finding a cure. Excuse me, sir. Are you looking for some medicine to cure Gerard fever? I am, yes. Why do you ask? I actually know that researcher, and he gave me some medicine for it. Really? Yes, this truly is a wonderful coincidence. The divine bird LeMay must have guided me here, just so I could save you. So if you need the medicine, you're welcome to have it. How much do you want for it? I'm not interested in money or personal benefit. If you want to repay me, then take the medicine and get better. But I've never met you before. How can I... Well, we're having a conversation right now, aren't we? We're at least acquaintances. If you're worried about poison, then I'll happily take a sip. It's fine. I believe in LeMay's guidance. So, if you're really okay with it, I'll gladly take it off your hands. Of course! Here, drink it carefully. Thank you, kind lady. It's been about an hour now. How are you feeling? Oh, my chest feels clearer. The pressure's gone. Whew. I'm so I'm so glad you took that medicine off me. I'm in your debt, young lady. Please, come visit me in my castle someday. I'll repay you handsomely for your kindness. Castle? Oh, how rude of me. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Evanon Lazoland, Chancellor of the Republic of Gerard. Chancellor of Gerard? Now that you mention it, you do look a little familiar. I'm the third princess of Almanen, Christina Ranzad. Forgive my insolence for not recognizing you. You're that famous champion, Lady Christina? Goodness me, it truly must be LeMay's doing that brought us together like this. But unfortunately, I can't invite you to my castle now. Not now that I know your identity. Huh? Why? The only one allowed to adore the silver-haired maiden is the ruler of this kingdom, am I correct? You must be joking. I wasn't, actually. Anyway, I need to find the man who made this and then return to my kingdom. Please, don't hesitate to contact me if you run into any difficulties. I'll come as fast as I can, no matter how far away I am. That's a promise. Thank you, Minister. May we meet again. Well, that was unexpected. I think I just gained a powerful new ally. I suppose I don't have to worry so much about Deathride's future now. That's right! Alright, let's go to the pub. Oh, that's right! I wonder if I have something Lizette might like. Yep, give him a present. Because we have the other Christina doll to give him. Yes. Is this... Oh, so you don't like dolls after all? Figured you could use it as a charm when I'm not there, but... Of course I like it. This is the best present I've ever had. Really? That's a relief. Though I prefer the real one, given the choice. Nothing. I was just saying how happy I am. Huh. I'm glad you like it. Anyway. Hey, Lizette, be honest now. What do you think of me? Huh? Why are you asking me that all of a sudden? I've changed a lot since coming to Deathride, haven't I? So I was hoping you'd give me your opinion on what I'm like as a person. You haven't changed at all. You're still the same proud, wise, kind princess I know. Even in the past? I was just 15 years old when I met you. I doubt I was a great person back then. You need some glasses. Maybe not on a day-to-day basis, but once you're on the battlefield, you're amazing. Ever since I first met you in combat, I can't help but admire your grace. At first, I admired you like I would a man, but after getting to know you, I saw you more and more as a woman. Are you trying to say that I'm feminine after all? Yes, I realize that. Huh? You've always seen me as a man, haven't you, princess? Likewise, I always saw you as a woman. Saw? Why the past tense? Because I'm trying not to be conscious of it. If I see you as a woman right now, with you way out of my reach, I'm worried I might do something unforgivable. Something unforgivable? Like what? Well, I respect you to the point where gender doesn't matter, so... I'm only human, you know. You're talking like I'm a god or something. It might be easier if you were, in all honesty. Like I was saying, you're like a war goddess to me. You're so stubborn. I'm just a woman, really. Alright, now we just go to the castle. Alright, what should I do? Spend the time doing nothing. That was more than enough fencing practice for tonight. Prepare yourself, Gardas! Huh? What's that? Wait, didn't something like this happen last time? try saying that again. I only asked if your loyalty has weakened, that's all. Ugh, that pisses me off too, but I was referring to what you said earlier. Earlier? Don't play dumb with me. After everything we've been through, why are you asking us to try and kill you again? You know the princess and I don't care about that anymore. Gardas. Didn't you hear the word if? I said if the time comes. Don't hesitate because of me or Chris. Your job as her knight is to help Christina no matter what, isn't it? Come on, don't glare at me like that. I'm just making sure you understand. But why? There'll never be a time when killing you will be the right thing to do. Will there? The bird. No. He who carries a kingdom on his shoulders also carries more knowledge than his subjects. I was just making sure. Forgive me. You... Like I'll ever let that happen. A whole day goes by so quickly. Actually, I wonder. Items. Wait. Why do I still have a doll, though? Oh, did I mess up? So, did anything happen this morning? Nothing significant in Death Ride, but... But? Did something happen elsewhere? Yes, something troubling happened in Almanen. Almanen? Apparently, a small wildfire started near its border and... Princess! Lizette, are you okay? You look pale. It's about the fire. I heard from a few people in the capital that it might have been started on purpose and most of the villages along the border were leveled. What? Along the border? Doesn't that mean... That's where my village is. I'm sorry, Princess, but could you please give me permission to go there? I know it might be too late, but... Lizette! I know this is scary, but you need to calm down. If you go by yourself, you'd just be diving into the fire. It's affected a wide area, remember? Yes, but... So let's talk to Gardas about it first. If we're going to leave the capital, then it'll be easier if we get his permission first. Princess! Okay, that's our plan for today. Kadia, we're leaving. Okay, take care on your way out. Will do. Come on, Lizette. Yes, Princess. Excuse me, Gardas, are you in? I was expecting you, actually. Gardas, I'm sure you've heard about the wildfire along Almanen's border. You see, Lizette's home is. Oh, about that. We've safely escorted them out. What? See, they're over there. Let me go, damn it! Now, don't do that, it's dangerous. Don't do that, Phil, or he might get... Philip? Mary? What are you two doing here? I brought them here, you see. Lizette! You did? Yes, the others are in the city. Lizette, our homes... Mary. These guys must have caused the fire, I'm sure of it. Did they catch you too, Lizette? Don't just stand there, hurry up and beat them to a pulp. Excuse me. Philip, stop it. Think for a moment. Did they treat you badly on the way here? But they're... Lizette. It's okay, Mary. You don't have to worry. Everyone's safe here. Okay. Gardas, what about the other villagers? They're safe and well, without a single injury. It's all thanks to Jin and his excellent handling. Well, you did give me an imperial order. Anything less than perfect would have been unacceptable. And it wasn't all plain sailing either. The soldier I sent over to convince them returned with bite marks all over him. Luckily, they calmed down once we mentioned Sir Lizette's name. You sound like a villain using a hostage's name to blackmail his victims. Our goal was to protect them, but this is an unfortunate side effect of taking in subjects from other kingdoms. Of course they'll see us as evil at first. This is no different to kidnapping! Philip, stop it! They'll get angry! See, we brought these two to you because they wouldn't believe us no matter what. I see. I'm sorry about this and thank you. It's fine, but it was a close call. Jin, Kadia said that the wildfire might have been started on purpose. Is that true? I think so. It started and stopped rather unnaturally, so I'm assuming arson for now. I'm glad things ended the way they did. I was worried this was a warning from Almanan. A warning? Well done, Jin. Oh, no, you don't need to thank me. Both the rescue and the escape went so smoothly, there was really no effort to it. There's honestly nothing to worry about. Oh, by the way, Sir Lizette's family is currently taking shelter near Deathride's borders. I'd recommend paying a visit to them. We've explained the situation as best as we could, but they're probably still worried about you. Yeah, you're right. Not only was their home ruined, but they were torn out of their own kingdom by a bunch of bloodthirsty demons eager to drag them into their own evil lands. Am I right, little un? Bleh! Philip! Oh, what? Well, I imagine it's quite difficult for them to get their heads around, you know. Thank you for your concern. Okay, I'm escorting you two to your room. What do you think you're doing? Lizette! It'll be fine, Mary. Philip, be good, okay? The people here are all really nice. Lizette? Okay, but we'll meet again soon, won't we? Of course we will. Okay. You said it yourself, Lizette. You'd better not be lying. I'm not. Don't worry. Fine. Lizette, I suppose we'll see you later? Yeah. Good. Let's go then. Please excuse us. Heterodoxism is really strong around Almanan's borders, so it'll be difficult for your family to accept this. Maybe, but if I explain it to them personally, well, yeah, it'll be difficult for them to change their views now, but in the end, they're still my family. So don't worry about it, Princess. I'm sure they'll at least understand that demons aren't bad people once I speak to them. Really? Yeah, I believe in all the demons I've met here, and all the people who inhabit Deathride. Okay, then there's nothing more for me to say. What's so funny all of a sudden? Nothing. I just like how easily humans can change if they want to. Are you being sarcastic? No, I'm praising you. It's quite rare for me to praise something, you know. Just as well, really. Being praised by you feels really creepy. Such merciless words. Because I know I don't have to hold back around you. Still, thank you. You have my utmost gratitude for saving my village. You know, sometimes you're so honest it's embarrassingly stupid. Hey! What was that for? I was thanking you from the bottom of my heart. Just telling the truth. Anyway. Anyway? You two taught me something valuable. That humans can still change despite their short lifespan. So, I should be the one thanking you. Gardas. What? Now I know what it means by, now I know what you mean by honesty being embarrassingly stupid sometimes. Good for you. The little banter is so cute. Oh my god. Alright, we're in the final run here. Princess. Within a white, empty world, the Lizette from last time stood before me, calling out my name. I love you, Christina. I love you more than anyone else in the world. This was the Lizette from the past. I knew that. And yet... Wait, please! Was I moving forwards? Or moving backwards? I couldn't be sure, but I ran as fast as I could. But just as I thought I reached him, a thin sheet of stained glass suddenly spread before me. No! Don't go! Don't you dare go! Lizette, please! My fist pounded against the glass, and I shouted desperately as Lizette walked further and further away from me. Oh man, if I mess this up... if I did mess this up, at least we do the bad ending first, I guess, huh? I won't forgive you. Lizette! Huh? Oh, she's talking in her sleep. In the darkness of early morning, Lizette smiled as his princess slowly rolled over in his arms. It had already been 5 months since they started sleeping together like this. At first, Lizette's heartbeat would skyrocket whenever she turned over, and it'd take forever for it to calm down again. He'd only recently grown used to it. Well, perhaps it'd be more accurate to say he'd become more resistant to it. I wonder what she's dreaming about. She's even scolding me in her sleep. No, don't go! I'll take all of your sins with me, don't worry. Don't! Lizette, you can't go! You mustn't go, Lizette, please! Finally, the glass shatters beneath my fists and shattered around my feet. I threw myself forward, running faster than I'd ever imagined, and grabbed Lizette from behind, squeezing him tight. I love you! I love you, Lizette! I pleaded, I begged, but Lizette wouldn't even look at me. He just stood there amongst the white space. So I said it over and over, desperate for a reaction of some kind. Princess! The princess wasn't just cuddling up to Lizette anymore. Her hands were slipping up his back, as if searching for something. Then suddenly she grabbed hold of him, so tight he couldn't escape. He didn't push her away, not wanting to disturb her sleep, but if she kept hugging him like this... Can't you please let... No! What do you mean, no? Lizette. I love you, Lizette. I love you, Lizette, so please, don't go. Princess. The Lizette in my dream finally turned around. Delighted, I flew into his arms and hugged him as tight as I could. Lizette! Yes, his scent. The scent of the man who always protected me. A scent that carried the same warmth as the sun. I breathed it in and rubbed my cheeks against his. I couldn't help but sigh, drowning in happiness. If only reality was like this too. So it was a dream after all. Oh? Lizette, are you already awake? I slipped out of the bed and stretched, glancing at Lizette as he gazed out of the window. Maybe he didn't sleep well last night. His hands were covering his mouth and he just stood there completely still. Do you feel sick? What's wrong? I'm fine. Aww, your face is bright red though. Maybe you've caught a cold. I'll go call Kiria and get her to bring some herbal soup. I'm fine, really. I'm sorry for making you worry. Well, if you're sure. Oh, we have the whole day to ourselves too. Is there anywhere you feel like going? There had been a lot of suspicious activities going on across Deathride, so Lizette and I had been traveling across the country a lot recently. Lizette in particular wanted to travel to remote villages and protect the weak women and children from invaders, and thanks to that, his name was being spread across parts of the kingdom, or all parts of the kingdom. However, Gardas had recently started worrying about us since we weren't taking a single day's rest, so he used his royal authority to make us stay in the capital for the day. Anywhere's fine, really. Well, that makes things difficult. I'm fine with going anywhere too, so long as I'm with you. Subconsciously? Huh? What do you mean? Nothing. Alright, then let's go to the lake at the top of the hill. Is that okay with you? Of course. I'll accompany you wherever you go, Princess. There he is, acting like my servant again. I should have just told him it was a date. Princess? Get ready, we're going soon. Yes, my lady. For real, you should have just told him it was a date, okay? The lake's beautiful no matter how you look at it. We'd visited some shops along the way, and now evening was rapidly approaching. As I gazed at the crimson sky's reflection in the lake, I couldn't help but give a wow of admiration. Have you been here before, Princess? Yes, haven't you? Huh? No, this is my first time here. Oh, right. I see. So you've never been here before. That was a close one. I quietly vowed to be more careful next time, and quickly moved down the small lakeside path. Perhaps a bit too quickly. I must have startled a butterfly fluttering nearby, as it suddenly changed course and flew headlong into a spider's web. It struggled trying to break free, but it quickly gave up after a few attempts. The butterfly had accepted its fate. I'm sorry. I murmured that and carefully pulled it out of the spider's web, taking care not to hurt its wings. The butterfly soared out of my hands, dancing around me a few times as if to express its gratitude. Then it flew high into the sky. Defying the laws of nature, huh? I suppose the spider thinks I'm evil now, but... I paused for a moment, gazing at the lake's surface as it shimmered in the wind. Then, in a faint voice, I continued. I've already caused enough deaths. Okay, let's walk around the lake again and... Suddenly, my foot slipped and my body lurched forwards. Of course, spiders often made their webs near the side of the lake, and I'd slipped on some mud on the ground. Those thoughts calmly passed through my head as gravity clasped hold of me. Princess, look out! Oh boy. I'm glad you tried to help me, Lizette. But did you have to fall in the lake too? I'm sorry about that. I lost my balance. Huh. Are you implying I'm heavier than you thought? Of course not. I just stepped in some mud and... I know you didn't. I know. You don't have to tell me that. You're so fun to tease. Right. Anyway, let's get back to the shore. We'll get ill if we stay in here too long. I'm not the kind of woman who'll catch a cold from something this petty. But, well, yes, we should move back to the shore. I wouldn't have minded if I was naked, but my clothes were heavy with water and sticking uncomfortably to my skin. It wasn't what I'd call a good feeling. So I let out a sigh and began wading back to the shore, but suddenly I was overcome by déjà vu. I froze, unsure what to do. Of course, something similar happened last time too. I stopped moving completely, my thoughts full, prompting Lizette to ask, Princess? Huh? I can't believe we fell in the lake like that. It's like we're children or something. Yeah. It had to be because of the weird dream I had that morning. I knew I was awake right now, but I couldn't shake off the fear that if I turned around, Lizette wouldn't be there. Either way, we can't go back like this. We're soaking wet. Then take your clothes off. I quickly gathered some twigs and started a fire. Then I slowly took off my coat. Good point. We could just... Wait, what? Princess, are you saying we should strip right here? This brings back memories. Yes, of course. Don't worry. I don't mind. But... what's wrong? Hurry up and strip. You can hang your clothes on that branch over there. Yeah, I suppose I can. Come on, don't be weak. You're acting like you've gone through hell just from falling in the lake. My mind is yes. Oh? You're embarrassed? Okay, I'll turn around then. Now you can strip carefree. I turned away from the restless Lizette and held my hands in front of the open fire. It was summer, but the night still felt cold. Getting naked wasn't the best idea, really. I trembled and tried to warm myself up by rubbing my body, wishing that my clothes would dry faster. And then, from behind me... Here we go again! Lizette! You won't get cold if I do this, right? I won't. It's really warm. Thank you, Lizette. I guess seeing that dream made me feel uneasier than I thought. As his warmth wrapped around my body, my eyes filled with tears and my chest tightened. I leaned against Lizette's bare chest, trying to persuade myself that this wasn't just an illusion. Princess, could you move further forward a little? Am I too heavy? No, it's not that. Then there's no problem, right? I just felt like leaning against you. Lizette? I was trying to say I want to be by your side, but for some reason Lizette fell silent and made a difficult expression. Feeling nervous, I looked up at him and saw him slowly close his eyes. Forgive me for saying something like this, but, well, if you lean against me unclothed, Princess, you might have immoral thoughts. Immoral thoughts? Lizette and I had always been together, almost like we were brothers. We'd even slept alongside each other, covered by the same blanket, just like this, in order to stay warm during a military expedition we had in a particularly harsh winter. We'd been through so much, so why was he only making a fuss now? I tilted my head and gazed at Lizette's tightly closed eyes. I am a man, you know. Of course I know. Women don't have a hard chest like yours. That's not what I mean. I might steal your virginity. Steal my virginity? What is that? You mean? I'd finally realized it. I'd been too slow to notice it earlier, now that I thought about it. I felt the back of my head... Wait, what? Never mind. I felt my back heat up as his words echoed through my head. I don't know why this route, all of a sudden just has so many, typos and wrong words. But I didn't want to move. If I did, it'd just make things awkward. I didn't want that, and as I thought over and over what to do, I heard a restrained laugh just above my head. That's why I asked you to move a little. I'm sure you wouldn't want a man with common blood laying hands on you, would you?
Why would I hate that?
What?
I mean, that's because...
My face flushed bright red. I'd yelled the words out as loud as I could, and I knew I was being overly bold. I couldn't take those words back now. Glancing down, I fought the nervousness rushing through my veins and forced my tongue to work.
If it was you, then I wouldn't mind.
I doubt I'd ever said something so courageous in my entire life. I was sure of it. Princess. And yet his voice sounded so painful. That's not something a member of the royal family should say, Princess.
What?
A princess has to be a virgin when she's married. You shouldn't throw something like that away just because of me.
So who should I give it to then? Some king I've never met before? Or some noble within the kingdom?
Do you want some other... Whoops. Sorry.
Do you want some other man to take me that badly? Would you really be fine with that? Lizette, I
clenched my teeth, trying to force out all the feelings I'd built up until now, and slowly said it.
I love you.
Princess.
I love you, Lizette. I've said it now, so change your mind, please. Would you really be okay with another man having me? Lizette.
Of course, I wouldn't be fine with it.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh no.
I could never be fine with it. I gaze at your sleeping face every night and I fight the urge to hold you there, and then
Then tell me your true feelings. Not as my knight, but as Lizette.
I don't like you.
Huh?
I love you. And all of a sudden, all of the pain and sorrow I held, all of my terror over the past future, all of it disappeared. We entwined fingers and held each other as close as we could. The distance between our lips closed and our mouths lightly brushed against each other, taking my breath away. Then it quickly turned into a passionate kiss. I love you, Christina. I'd sacrifice anything to protect this warmth. Anything in the world. I'll have to thank Gardas later.
For what?
For sharing his secret techniques with me. Anyway, are you alright? If you're in any pain.
Well, I do feel a little sore, I guess, but I'm sure this is something every girl has to go through.
Sorry, it's probably because I'm not that good.
No, that's not true. I thought you were, really manly.
I'll try to do better next time. But still, I guess I'm relieved in a way.
Relieved? Why?
Remember the story about the princess and her knight? The story most people know about is actually just the first half.
Oh?
The second half was very different, and really, really cruel. A lot of people didn't like it, so it doesn't get mentioned very often. But it ended on a really happy note. How could it turn into something cruel?
Well, the first half ends with the princess and her knight arriving at the Kingdom of Happiness. But in the second half... Oh, whoopsie. I read that as Chris, not Lizette. Sorry.
But in the second half, the knight realizes the entire thing was a dream.
A dream?
Yeah, in reality, the knight had been mortally injured in the Valley of Death, and the princess was crying by his side. The first half was nothing more than his dying dream.
So I got afraid for a moment that what just happened was nothing but a dream, and that the real me was dying somewhere.
This isn't a dream. I'd never let it just be that. I'd never let it be just that.
True. You can make any wish of yours come true. You leap over obstacles and carve out your own future, even when odds are against you. That's the princess I fell in love with.
Okay. As for me, well, I love everything about you.
Really? Thank you.
What are you thanking me for? Don't be an idiot. I feel embarrassed now.
Sorry.
This is pretty awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't really have the kind of power Lizette thought I did, but as long as I'm with Lizette, I'm sure nothing can get in our way. I gazed up at the bright moon, made a wish, and vowed to myself. Is it morning already? Encased in a familiar warmth, I rolled over and gazed at Lizette beside me. He was already awake and looking at me with a relaxed smile on his face. You're awake? I rubbed my drowsy eyes as I spoke.
Yeah, I woke up an hour ago.
Then why are you still in bed?
Because I wanted to look at your cute sleeping face, princess.
Idiot! Don't say such embarrassing things so early in the morning. You sound like a pervert.
Well, I am a pervert, so...
What are you?
As I gazed at your face, I could barely keep myself under control.
You don't look under control to me.
But I was, until you woke up, of course.
Wait, stop it. Kadia might come in.
Don't worry, she won't be here for another hour.
Lizette!
How sweet, but aren't you going a bit too fast? No, not really, it's morning, so we don't have much time. Wait! What is it? What are you doing here? Well, this is my castle. That's not what I meant. What are you doing in our room? I was concerned about my pupil's progress, so I decided to check up on you. Since when was I your pupil? Just get out already! So heartless. Who was it who played Cupid for you, huh? Definitely not you, at least. Such a fool. I'm the one that gave you that neck ring, wasn't I? Thanks to that, you're both in bed together, so obviously, I have every right to come and watch. And maybe even join in if I... Now you're just making things up. Why are you so against it? If all three of us do it, our excitement will triple. I don't need that kind of excitement.
Anyway, Gardas, is there something you have to discuss?
There is. Well, actually, I came to steal you away from your beloved knight, but it turns out I have really bad news to deliver instead. Don't just announce it like that!
Well, what's the bad news?
I'll warn you now, you're not going to like it.
Lord Gardas!
Well, well, speak of the devil.
Jin, what happened?
I've just been told that Almanen's warships have been sighted near Glades early this morning. Going by their numbers, it seems they plan on destroying us once and for all.
So it's finally happening, huh? Is it just Almanen, or is it...
I sent some of my subordinates to investigate earlier, and it seems they're the only kingdom who came.
So the kingdom of Roland didn't join.
And I've just received a report that the kingdoms of Roland and Gerard will be sending reinforcements to us. Reinforcements? Why?
Both kings say in their reports that their hearts were shaken by a beautiful silver-haired maiden. Princess?
What?
What were you doing behind my back?
Well, I can't remember exactly. I've been so forgetful recently.
You're not an old lady. For God's sake, you've put yourself in serious danger. I have to agree with him. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say you're now a thorn in the Queen's side.
Are you trying to say you want me to stay in the castle? Just because of that?
How observant. That's precisely it.
Gardas,
No objections. You and Lizette are important guests to me. I can't just stand there and let you get hurt. This is an order, and you're obliged to obey it in my kingdom. Lizette, look after Chris while I'm gone. Of course. You don't have to ask. This is my friend's castle after all. Then prepare a feast for my return. The wine of victory is best drank with a close friend. Let's go, Jin.
Yes, Your Highness. But I'm gonna leave it here, and we will finish up this good ending the next time. So, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell if you haven't already, because that would mean the world to me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!